So, I found myself inside the belly of a large fish. Being swallowed by the fish was an interesting experience, one that I hope I will never have to repeat. It was extremely dark inside the belly of the fish. I tried to walk around, but it was difficult because I sank into the stomach of the fish every time I tried to move. I wondered how I was going to get out of this fish before I died. I wondered how long someone could live in such a situation. I looked down and I could see that I was standing in water and there were a lot of fish swimming around. I noticed that one of the fish glowed and was giving off light. I waited until that fish came near my leg and I grabbed and pulled it out of the water. The fish squirmed and tried to get out of my hands, so it could jump back into the water, and as it squirmed I made my grip tighter. I took the fish and used it like a lantern. The glow from the fish was bright enough that I could see one of the walls of the stomach. I walked toward the wall and put my hand on it and found it to be quite fleshy. I looked up, held the fish up, and I could see an opening just above me. That had to be the gullet of the fish. But how was I going to get up there? I tried to climb up the walls of the stomach, but there was nowhere to grip it. I tried to climb up the wall using my bare hands, but that did not work either. Then I heard an awful noise and a rush of water came down from the opening above me. The water landed upon my head and I could feel different fish bouncing off from my scalp. It was not a pleasant experience. This place must be like being in Sheol. If this was truly like Sheol, I wondered if the Lord God could hear me. So, I cried out from the depths of the belly of the fish to my Lord God. I said, "For you had cast me into the deep, into the heart of the seas, and the current engulfed me. All your breakers and billows passed over me. Lord God, I have been expelled from your sight. Nevertheless, I will look again toward your holy temple." But how was I going to know if God heard my cry? I was away from the land of Israel. I was far away from the temple in Jerusalem where the Lord God resides. How could the Lord God hear me when I was so far away from my homeland? But then I remember the promises that the Lord God had made to my ancestor Abraham, and I said to myself that I am one of God's chosen people. He cannot let me die this way. So, I prayed to the Lord and I asked for his forgiveness. I should have trusted the Lord God because he knows everything. How wrong was it for me to take it upon myself that I would know better than the Lord God? I knew that I did not have much time left before I would die in the fish's belly. I was not going to throw myself onto the ground and pray, but that would put me in the water and surely, I would die. As I was standing, I prayed to the Lord God and asked that he would have mercy upon me and that if he would save me I will do whatever he commands. I thought about the sailors who were on the ship with me and how they regarded their vain idols. I said to the Lord God, "Why did you not take some of the sailors from the ship? After all, they were idol worshippers and I am a worshipper of you, Lord God, Lord of all. Why is it that I get punished but they did not? I am the one who has served you, Lord God, and praised your holy name. Okay, this one time I disobeyed a direct order from you, Lord God. But does not it count that I have been loyal to you in so many different ways? I have kept all the commandments of the Torah. I have attended every Shabbat service. I celebrate the feasts and prayers on the holiest of days. Why are you going to let me die with these other fish? Lord God, I know that salvation only comes from you, and if you let me live I will go to Nineveh and I will preach your word there. I will go to Nineveh and bring them the message that you wanted me to before being eaten by this large fish." The Lord God heard my cry and my prayer of confession. And in the goodness of the Lord God's heart, felt compelled to give me forgiveness and to give him one more chance. Unbeknownst to me, the large fish could travel quite quickly. In 3 days the fish swam from the Mediterranean Sea all the way to the Persian Gulf, and when the fish reached the beaches of Babylon it started to quiver. I began to wonder what was about to happen because I could feel the stomach walls quaking and quivering. Did the big fish eat something bad? I was not sure what was happening. Suddenly, I could see a light entering the belly from outside, which meant that the fish must have opened its mouth wide. With one final quivering thrust I was vomited out of the fish. Even though it was rather disgusting to have been vomited with half-digested fish, I sat on the ground at the edge of the water and immediately gave thanks to the Lord God for saving my life.